Okay, so I'm gonna try to take these lenses out, or these modules out, and see how they're connected. I'm hoping that they're just an easy clip-on connector or something, hopefully. I had a few suggestions from you guys on, oh, that one's script. Oh, that one's not going to come out. That's great. I had a few suggestions on taking these out and switching them around. And I never really thought of it before, so I'm going to give it a go. And try to see if these will come out. If they're soldered right in, I'm not going to bother to change them around. Ah, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Let's see here. Yeah, that's soldered in there, you can see. So, the next step would probably be taking the whole thing apart. And it looks like there's connectors on the inside. So, what I might do is I'm going to put this back together. And I'm going to take it inside. So I brought the unit inside, and I got it on the floor here. I've already hooked it up to this battery pack, and I labeled with some yellow post-it notes the yellow lights. I turned it on and made sure. So when I take this apart, I won't lose track of which ones are yellow and which ones are white. So I've already undone the end screws here. There's 4 on each side, 2 on the top, and there are 2 on the bottom. So that comes off like that, and of course there are connectors. Some easy connectors that connect this light. Let's see, there are 3 connectors. Okay, so this is what I was hoping for. I was hoping for connectors like this. It looks like you just push in these. You just push in this little button here, and it just pulls apart. I've got the light taken apart. I got the end caps off, and I've done some thinking, and I decided what I'm gonna do. This is the white alley light on this side. So this one is really bright white, and it shines out that way on the passenger side of the vehicle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these white ones out because it's kind of intense with just that one. So I'm gonna take these white ones out on each side, front and back, and I'm going to replace those with yellows, and then I'm going to switch those back here. So it's going to go white on the end, it's going to be yellow, white, yellow, white, yellow, and then I'm going to do whites here, so that this yellow one over here, it has some yellow on this end of the truck too. So I hope that's going to work out. I'm going to switch the ends, and then I'm going to switch the middles. One thing I want to point out is I'm just struggling with this one to get it back in. These end cap things are plastic. You can tell by the feel of it. It's not aluminum. It felt like aluminum when I was doing the review, but it's plastic, which I'm kind of disappointed about. So you got to be careful with hitting stuff, because those will probably break right off if it's cold enough out. So, but anyway, I was struggling with these. And around this edge here, they have these little gaskets, and it doesn't stick out very much, as you can see, but it's a good tight seal in there, so it keeps the moisture out. But these LED modules, they're pretty beefy, pretty solid. So I'm very impressed with these. They're really nice. So, and they have those easy connections back here. So I'm pretty impressed. So I'm gonna put these back in, and I'm gonna get these ones swapped out. So I've hit a little snag here. I just took this one out, and there's this rail, I guess, that the module mounts to, and there's just enough room for this guy to not fit. So when I tried to wiggle it out, I lost the connection. It's in there. You can see it. I can probably grab it with a needle nose plier, but I don't know if I can get the needle nose in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to take this thing apart. I'm going to start by taking off these end pieces and see if I can get this thing apart. It looks like this thing probably slides out. These rails probably slide out. So I'm going to take off this side plate here and see what it looks like. Alrighty, I got those end caps off, and now I'm gonna attempt to slide this apart without messing everything up. That slides out pretty easy. I'm gonna leave the centerpiece on. Alrighty, there we have it, and looks like this is I'm going to take this side off too while I'm at it, I guess. I'm going to leave that on so I don't have to fish it back on later. Basically, this is what we have. The power cord comes up. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to the camera. The power cord comes up through here, and it goes into this box. And then on this side you have all the different plugs. So, and then those go to all the different lights. Alright, so it's pretty basic. Here's the plug that I lost out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch these around. I might be able to just slide these. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide them off and rearrange them. I'm just switching the two middle ones on each side. So I'm going to screw this one back in. I'm going to slide these off and switch these two and switch these two, and then that should give me what I was looking for. So alright. So that was kind of hard. That was probably the hardest part of the project. Getting these end plates back on. It was kind of it's like everything's compressed to make a good seal all the way around. So I had to pry up with my screwdriver to get the bottom holes to line up. So anyways, I think that was the end of the hard part. I'm just gonna hook these wires back up and screw in the ends and test it out and see how it works. So I got that all buttoned up and it's all back together. And one thing I noticed when I had it flip over here is these holes. There's 4 holes and there's 2 underneath that end. And I'm going to assume that those holes are there probably for 2 reasons. They don't look like they're threaded, but either mounting, if you wanted to mount it using those holes, in addition to these bolts, nuts and bolts I got through there. But I'm assuming it's probably for moisture drainage, in case you get any water in there. It'll drain out through those holes. So that's probably a good thing. So here we go. I'm gonna flip it over and find the power cord, plug it in, and hopefully it doesn't catch fire. Let's see. Let's just turn it on. Beautiful. Perfect, perfect. So they're all working. So it's less intense on one side than on the other. Now it's all intense all around. So try out some of the different patterns now. Now it doesn't really matter which pattern I use, it's all pretty reasonable. Uh-oh. What happened there? Oh, you know what? I think I messed up. Oops. I think I'm gonna have to switch the wires to these 2 around again. Ah, darn, I overthought that. Oops. So I'm gonna have to fix that and try to come back here. So I gone back and I took it all apart to fix my mistake. And before I put it back together, I'm gonna test it out. So I just plugged it in, and that's what I was looking for. Before I forgot to switch I stupidly forgot to switch the wires for these 2. I just left them hooked up the way they were, so the patterns weren't right. So I switched those, switched the 2 wires, and it should be good to go now. I should have tested that before I put it back together in the first place, but oh well. I guess I learned from my mistakes. So I'm going to put this back together and I'll get it back on the truck and do a video at night of it. And I'll post that with the other video. Post this video with the other video of my night shots, and we'll compare the two and see how they look. So anyways, thanks for watching. This is my modification to my Falcon Flight 27-inch LED light bar. Now that I have that fixed, I'm gonna test it out. So I got it all back together, tightened up all the screws, made sure they're good and tight. Trying to plug that in. Okay, and here we are. So we got this side all lit up. Perfect, that's just what I wanted. We'll go through all the flash patterns. That's got, oh no, why is that one out? Well, for some reason that one's out, so I'm gonna have to take that cover off, and I think it's unplugged. Okay, under further inspection, I was trying to figure out why this light wasn't working, and it turns out I thought maybe my connection was unplugged, but it's not. And then I saw that it was a little bit crushed. I saw that the wire was a little bit crushed down there. I don't know if you can see that. But then I came up here and noticed that this was loose. And when I put this wire in here, make this wire connect, the light turns on. So it's a bad connection. These are not the greatest connections in the world. They're not soldered, they're just crimped on, so I don't know if I can get a shot of that. So I gotta figure out how to reconnect this and get it and keep it from coming undone. So that's gotta go in there. So I'm gonna mess around with this and try to get it figured out. So this project is officially on my nerves. So basically I couldn't find my electrical tape, and I can't find my soldering iron, and I can't find any of my other electrical tools. I don't know where they are. They're probably all together. But what I did find is this bad boy. So I hope this isn't a horribly awful bad idea, but I'm gonna try it. All I gotta do is make sure this is making a connection, and I'm just gonna put a little dab of hot glue in there to hold it in place, because I'm sure Scotch tape isn't gonna hold in the cold weather. So I'm waiting for this to heat up a little bit, and I'm gonna try to dab some hot glue on there and see how it comes out. So I got that into where I'm happy with it, so I'm just gonna try to dab a tiny bit of glue on here. Without losing my connection. And hopefully that'll hold enough. And if not, then it looks like I'll be making a new custom connection. Okay, well this project is officially over. It was an awful project. It was supposed to be easy, but you know, things always don't go as planned. So I got everything working, hopefully. I hope you guys enjoyed the redneck fix. Hopefully it holds. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to come up with my own connecting. I'll probably solder the wires together. I'm a little happier with the way this is now. And it's not so bright on just one side like it was before, so that's how I usually have it when I'm plowing. So, well, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.